Hey, this is WhyBeAre with Street Legal Racing Redline, and today we're going to buy a new car because I wanted to buy a muscle car a while ago, then I got distracted by the supercar in the dealership, and then I never got to actually buy one. So we're going to try this all over again, and I did say new car, but I kind of lied to you because we're just going to buy the car from Joe's dealership because that is the best way to buy cars as far as I'm concerned. Yes, you're going to get a pile of junk, but it is a cheap pile of junk, and I love piles of junk. I don't like having a fully functional car because then I don't feel like messing with it. But if I have a big old pile of junk, I really feel like messing with it because it's a lot of fun. So that actually looks like a pretty promising car, $29,000. It has an engine in it. Don't know how good the engine is, but it has one engine in it. And it's actually a supercharged one already. Sometimes you only find ones that are just a normal, naturally aspirated engine, but this one got the supercharger already. So how much power does it make? Looks like it doesn't say, but it does at least have a 8.1 liter engine, so that's pretty promising. So I guess we can buy it and then see what the dyno results say in our garage. So this thing makes 637 horsepower. That is not bad. And the crazy thing is, apparently this thing revs up to past 7,000 RPMs, even though it's a giant 8.1 liter V8 engine. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but okay. Now, my real question is, though, what kind of engine could I get that's better than this one? I mean, that's a decent engine, but I have a suspicion I can get a much better engine for not that much money. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this thing apart, mostly piece by piece, just in case I want to use one of these pieces for something else. You know, I'm taking off big chunks here and there. I'm trying to actually just take off there. And then take off that and that. So that's the engine in a few chunks. Maybe we'll take off the transmission too. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to the shop. We're going to buy an engine. We're going to get an engine kit because it's a little bit easier and I'm lazy. And I think the Prime DLH engine kit is a V8. Yeah, it's a V8 engine that makes 1,064 horsepower. That's way more than the default engine made. So this is a very promising upgrade for a relatively low price, actually. I'm really surprised how cheap that thing was. And is this thing rear-wheel drive at the moment? Yes, it is. Can we make it all-wheel drive is my question, though. So we're going to remove the transmission, and I'm pretty sure drive type is connected to transmission. So if there's a V8 transmission from a truck on this thing, you should be able to get a all-wheel drive car like this one, the Hauler Super Duty one. That one is from a truck because it's the Super Duty. I'm looking through here seeing if there's any adjustable ones that would be all-wheel drive, and I don't think they would be. Well, we're going to try out the Super Duty one in this and see if that works. So let's grab that and then info, all-wheel drive right there. Perfect. And power 1,014 at the flywheel, so not as much as promised. Don't know why that is, but hey, it's not bad. And we are missing a blower. I don't know why we don't have one. So we'll just strap it on, and that looks beautiful. Got a hood that's kind of ugly, actually. Like, yeah, it has the hole in it, so it makes sense that the blower sticks out. But that gaping hole is just way too big. If you have a little bit of rain, your whole engine bay gets soaked. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap that out for a hood that actually doesn't have a hole in it. And I know that sounds like it'll look worse, but I don't think it will because it'll just look like it has a small cutout instead of having a giant gaping hole. At least that's what I think it'll look like. Took me a few tries to actually find where the engine covers were. See, like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it sticks out a little bit, but it looks like it was just kind of a cutout there. You only know there's not a cutout when it falls off of the car. And to me, that just looks a lot better. Now, as for the color, we need to definitely do something about that. Let's go ahead and just get this thing as all a single color real quickly, or at least try to. How red is this red, and how much do I have? I have a little bit in this can. Let's see what that looks like if I paint that. Yeah, it's going to look like it was resprayed, but that might be close enough. Uh-oh. Turns out that's the only one I actually have any paint for. I mean, I could try to like do a little bit like this, but it's going to look like absolute garbage. We'll make it as big as possible, and we're going to go like spray, spray, spray. Yep, that's out of paint. Spray, spray, spray. I think they're all out of paint. We got 2 in this. Nope. We need at least 3 milliliters to spray it. What do you do when you have run out of spray? Is there like a cell? Okay, so you could trash it. What does this do then? You could save a paint job. That'd be useful for when the door falls off. I was wondering though if there was a way to get the information of a color. Like if I wanted to buy the same color I already had, there doesn't seem to be a way to do that unless you like wrote down what color it was. It's kind of annoying. All right, let's just go for the red that we find that's close to the red that's on it. We're just going to hit random a few times until we do. And if not, I'll try to color match it myself. So maybe a little less these. All right, that looks pretty close. We'll buy 4 or 5 of them maybe. It's going to be a little bit brighter of the other red, but it'll be okay. And you know what? Let's spray it like this. It's a little bit more fun to do it this way. Because you can actually feel like you're painting the car versus just clicking a color change button. Just feels more fun. I mean, it gives you a really inconsistent paint job, but I like that. It just gives the car character. Like a little bit of overspray over here somehow. Like, how do you get overspray on that side of the car? You weren't even painting that side of the car. I don't know. Because I can. And actually, I can almost blend the 2 colors together so you don't even notice that they're 2 different colors. Ha-ha! Well, it really almost looks like one color now, doesn't it? This is working great. Yeah, I like this. How much paint did I use? I barely used any paint, too. Like, I'm barely using anything if I just do it like this. Trying to get that spoiler, it's a little difficult. It's at a weird angle. Still a little bit on the front. There we go, that looks good. You know what we should do, though, is paint those tires or wheels a different color. Those ones we will just paint the thing itself if I can. Apparently, I just wasted a ton of paint painting. I have no idea what I was painting. That's great. Well, try to just paint the wheels then. Yep, we got overspray on the car. Can't say I didn't expect that. So wait, I actually oversprayed to the other side of the car as well. Man, I wish this place was bigger so you could actually see what you were doing half the time. And I could steer the stinking car so that wheel was actually at an angle to paint it. Yep, more overspray. Okay, now we're going to try to get back over the overspray. And we got the wheel some. I mean, this is so dumb trying to paint like this, but it is fun. Like, I'll say that. It is a lot more fun painting this way. Like, I feel like a real artist. Oh, wrong paint job. Color. Okay, there we go. That's good. Now we got to think about decals. You know what? Let's go ahead and buy all new decals because this is a new car. It deserves a new decal scheme. So we'll go shopping. Decals. Let's try to make this thing look a little bit more legitimate. So we'll get like a number on the side and stuff. Letters, weird symbols, and wait, what? Did I miss the numbers, or are there literally no numbers under digits? Okay, there's no numbers under digits. There's all these strange characters and every letter, but no numbers. That I did not expect. Are there any, like, just stripes? I just want a stripe. It's not going to be under that. Manufacturer's not going to be there. Animals, miscellaneous, maybe? Okay, there's a stripe we could use. I think a stripe will look all right, so we'll get a stripe. We'll get a license plate. Let's see, are there other options that look better? I am Hawaiian. We'll get that one. And I don't really see anything else that would look good. You know what? Nah, I was going to put a police thing on it, but that would be weird. So we're just going to get some stripes. Maybe we'll try to mix in the whites and the black stripes together to make it look a little more interesting. So then back to the paint place. And go find my new stripes I bought. And then we're going to want to make it really, really long. Actually, it's already pretty long. Need to make it a little bit longer for it to cover up the whole car, though. Which also makes it wider. Hopefully that's covering the whole car. So we're going to go like that. And then there. And we'll put a white one in the middle. I don't think that's covering the whole car. I'll have to fix that, won't I? Oh, yeah, that was not covering the whole car at all. So I line this up as best as I can. It looks kind of weird with this stripe design. I was just trying something a little wacky. Fully admit that it doesn't look too good. And why is there some stripe missing on the trunk here? I don't know how that happened. There we go. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It just looks a little wacky. Okay, we'll get a license plate. World's biggest license plate. Yeah, that's a little too big. And it's smaller like 100 times. Yeah, still way bigger than the whole rear end of the car. Still like European license plate sized. Maybe like 3 more smaller, and that's too small. That looks pretty reasonable. Well, oh, wait. It's close enough. I hate trying to line this up, though. The camera does not like to stay in a position where you can actually see this, so it ends up being super ugly and crooked. It's awesome. What? You can't even read it! What is that? Okay, then. Well, that's a beautiful looking license plate. You get like some realistic looking sponsor stickers. Like you got a realistic size 7-Up, a realistic sized KFC, realistic sized Bank of China. Eyeball is not a sponsor. Realistic Red Bull. Well, Red Bull has a big logo usually, so realistic Red Bull's like that. And Rally Art just cuz. Gotta have a Rally Art sticker right here on the front. That'd be perfect. Trying to click while the camera is moving. Oh my goodness. Wait, if the camera's moving, does it make it blurry? Because that's what it looked like just happened. Alright, so that is a totally different style paint job than the other one. It actually turned out okay. I mean, it's not nothing to write home about, but it gives it a nice look. Now we should actually see if this thing drives at all. It's been like 10 minutes and 6 seconds or something, and we haven't driven at all. How did I get the time estimate so right? Because I'm that good, and I have a timer actually that tells me as I'm recording how long I've been recording for. And I know I've been like 5 different takes, and I have the estimate of how long they are, and that's probably pretty close. Anyways, I'm just looking for something I can do. I don't know if I want to do what is it called again? Hot Action Cop. I don't know if I want to do that. I want to do a regular race. Apparently, this thing can't compete in any of the races, though. I've seen one that's a Demolition Derby, and then the Hot Action Cop, another Hot Action Cop. Well, this is kind of frustrating. I was really hoping to do a legitimate race with this thing, but the game is telling me it can't. Yeah, I don't want to do a derby, and well, I guess this thing is basically going to have to do Hot Action Cop because I have no other options available to me. We'll go with the last Hot Action Cop because it'll get us the most money. We'll do a lot of clicking. No, not that one. There's one more after that one. And it was like $9,000. I guess I shouldn't have bought such a fancy engine. Did the game crash? Nope, it's good. Just loading really, really, really slowly. Normally it kind of pops up with something pretty fast. KFC. Ooh, that all-wheel drive, man. Puts the power down good. What is going on here? Oh, I should have saved my paint job. If I lose a body panel, I gotta redo that whole awesome paint job. Well, not the whole thing, just the parts on the body panels that fall off. But it's basically having to redo the whole thing, I would expect. No, bad cop. You know, it's funny, I've been hit by traffic more than I've been hit by the cops so far. They really are bad cops. Look at those two, they don't even care. They just let me drive by like, yeah, we're the cool cops. You can drag race if you wanna. Man, driving this thing though, I can see just how crooked those stripes are. Like, I wish there was a way to do it Forza style where you have like numbers. So you could say this is at pixel 29 left, 50 right, and 50 up or whatever, and it's just perfectly consistent, and you can make it perfectly mirrored. Actually, Forza even has a button that just mirrors the paint job. And also, the left racing stripe does not go down the whole car. This is a terrible paint job. It is like a cool. It's a decent design idea versus the other one, where it's just a mess of things. It was just awful execution. But pretty much this game is awful execution in terms of kind of designing cars, because it's so do whatever you want type of setup and not really rigid and having a way to do things consistently. So I'm just gonna kind of slowly roll down this road and hope no cops come by on the left side, and then we should be good. I'm not even going the speed limit probably, but I'm afraid of a cop appearing ahead of me if I start to gain on somebody. It says connection lost, so it's only like 5 more seconds or something until I win. At least I'm pretty sure it is. Fire! Don't call me in, fire people. Yeah, the fire chief is calling me into the police. Like, hey, I saw that car that you were chasing. You should go get him. You better not be. Oh, I hear the sirens. Ha! Well, you guys are late. I mean, it seemed like a pretty decent car. It's just I don't have many uses for it. I mean, we could do some races during the day. First, what I should do is close my stinking door and save my paint job, so if anything terrible happens, I can reproduce it. So what do? You do save paint job, and we'll just name this muscle car. Oh, caps lock is on. fix that just because I'm picky like that. Muscle Car 1. Simple name, but at least I'll know what it is. And I know I could improve it, but you know what? I spent enough time painting, not enough time racing, so we're going to race. And we're not even going to do the nighttime races. We're just going to do normal races against people on the street. Because I am super illegal like that. I won't even take place in organized racing. Hey, you. Oh, wait. Honk is the same button as my boost. I think. There we go. Want to race with you? Oh, goodness. My thing is making some weird noises. So I get to choose the track. And the prize will be... How much money can we do? $3,500. So how are we going to race this thing? I like straight races. Really short races, too. Because it makes it less likely for me to crash. Hopefully I win. Bye-bye! Or as you would say, catch my wheels, lagger. Because that's really exactly what he said. Oh, goodness. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please. Do not crash. Oh, it crashed. I was hoping I could hit, like, return to garage really fast. But nope, didn't happen. So there goes our front bumper, and it's just going to sit there. We could stare at it all we want. It's never going to come back. You see what you did? This is going to cost me like $4,000 to fix. It's all your fault. Actually, probably more because I got some serious damage to my engine. And that actually crashed the game, so I went ahead and restarted it. And we're going to see just how much money it costs to fix this thing back up from that collision. So we need a front bumper. That's a rear bumper. Front bumper. They're kind of ugly front bumpers, but that's what we got, I guess. We're going to need the grill frame. So that right there is about $600. Do we need the A and the B, or is it just one or the other? Or, okay, you know, I'm just going to buy all of these, and we'll install it and see what they all are, because the angles here make it really hard to tell. So we need all of those. And it doesn't look like anything else there. So all those combined, that's like 2, and 400. So that's about $1,000 there. And then I still need, a radiator. Yeah, I don't have one of those. I don't think it actually does anything, but sure, I want it. So really, we only spent $1,000 on the parts, and these other ones are just ones I want to mess with, like the hood scoop and stuff. I'm going to mess with them. So putting on my new parts, we'll do... Oh, that looks great. Parts are just kind of hanging on for their dear life. Ha! Yeah, I put my front bumper inside my engine block. It helps protect it. It's a new hot thing to do. Ooh, that actually looks kind of cool with the scoop right there. The bumper looks stupid, but the scoop looks good. Hey, I never put nitrous in this, huh? Did it just come with nitrous? Ooh! 2 bottles. Okay, that's not half bad. That's amazing. It comes with 2 bottles of nitrous. Just the way the car comes. Wow! What kind of car comes with that? I don't know. I'm so shocked by that. I was going to put one in, and it's like, well, I can't do that anymore. We're also missing headlights. I knew I was missing something. I'm sitting here, like, stalling. You could tell, like, what am I missing? What am I missing? That's what it is. It's headlights. So it's headlights under light and windows. Yep. Got colored headlights if I really wanted it. I don't know if I do. I kind of was just thinking purple, though. Oh, come on. Purple headlight. Nah, let's just get the normal ones. Well, actually, are there normal halogens, or are the halogens all crazy colors? Looks like they're all crazy colors. So maybe the normal ones are halogens. Hey, this one could get the police siren. Oh, that's what's up. Oh, we got to get indicators, too. Apparently, those things fell off. Because it says they're installable right away. Alright, so we're going to make this car look cool. I guess I should make like a police paint job on it, huh? Yeah. We need a police paint job on this thing so bad. But I don't feel like painting anymore this episode. I wonder if I took the supercharger off of this thing, would it be usable on some challenges? Just making it a little bit slower and see if there's anything it can compete in. Doesn't look like it makes much of a difference. Well, actually, maybe I should make sure it's actually a functional vehicle at this point in time. Maybe I messed it up and didn't install things correctly. No, it says Class A. Still makes 700 horsepower. That's a pretty decent amount, but I guess that's not a good amount for any of the races. I see the Derby, and it's just like, no, I don't want to use my beautiful car I just bought in the Derby. What is this one? No nitrous. So if I remove the nitrous, I can compete in that one. All right, there we go. Try that one out then and see how it works. Hopefully I'll be able to actually compete in it. I might have wanted fresh tires on it, but too late now. We're going to just try it out. What is this one? Oh, we could do this one with the supercharger. Actually, let's try that one. Throw the supercharger back on and then attempt it with my super powerful car. Is the, yep, that's still on. I wasn't sure if that piece would come off when I was taking off the supercharger. It's still there. So the nitrous was really making it a pain to find events. That's what it was. Stinking nitrous. Whoops, there it was. Oh, that makes it a too high of a class. Apparently the supercharger doesn't count as a supercharger though, so we can still do this one. So that's fine, we'll do this one. Beautiful front bumper, and I'm starting in the lead, I think. Yeah, they know not to mess with the police. They think I'm really the police. Look at me getting my head start. Y'all ain't got nothing on my head start. Why does it say my engine is damaged? Oh, I forgot to repair it. That probably cost a lot of money if I wanted to fix that one. You know, the braking on this thing doesn't seem to be quite as good as theirs. But the power is good. Could be better. Let's go ahead and just actually try to put new tires on and fix up the engine, because I feel like this car could perform a lot better if it had that going for it. You know what? We could even put bigger tires on this thing. I'm not going to do something stupid like put drag tires on it, but we're going to put fatter tires on it just because I think it'll benefit from it. Which means goodbye awesome black rims. So we'll do that. And then how much is it to fix the engine if I can even click on the actual block? Oh, only $300? That thing looks so yellow. I was worried it'd be like $3,000. That is cheap. So we'll go running gear, tires, and we're going to grab SL Tuner, racing tires, and we need a rim between 12 and 14 and a height of, or a diameter of 19 inches. Okay. Gotta remember that. That's really the hardest part, is remembering which one. And I think I just bought 5 tires, didn't I? So 12, 14, and 19. Just look through these, and 12, 19, those will work. Don't care what they look like, because it's such a small picture, I can't even tell anyways. They all look the same almost from that picture. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the moment of truth. Perfect. How are the brakes, actually? I forgot to check that. It's worn, but I think it could do its job probably. I don't know. We could go ahead and just, you know, since we got the wheels and we're swapping those out, we might as well improve the brakes. The rest of the suspension, though, that stuff doesn't wear down. So, well, doesn't wear down as badly as the brakes to me. So that stuff can stay. I'm just going to put some big beefy brakes on it. I'm not even going to care if they match up with the rest of the car. We'll just go with like the Prime 700. And yeah, like those are big, big, fat brakes that'll stop this thing on a dime. Perfect for the really grippy tires. That one and the rest of them. And tires. I think this thing can really race. It's going to do great. I forgot though. I didn't fix the front bumper. I don't think it matters. It just looks wacky. Yeah, with that launch. It's funny, like the key elements of my car are green. The rest of it is kind of a bright orange. It definitely feels like it's moving way faster. Stopping feels better. This was a good upgrade. Looks like the suspension is a little bit wacky actually though. It seems like the car is almost leaning. Like, I don't know. It just seems like it might be pulling a little bit to the side and leaning a bit. But it's definitely fast. And I think I can win this race. And I don't have to worry about cutting the corners like this. Like, I can cut those corners just like that all day. And I like cutting the corners like that because it feels like I'm hitting the apex when I do that. Just got to make sure I don't go any too fast. Whoops, that right there, actually, I deserved a penalty. I don't know the track. Can you blame me? I'm trying to learn the track as I race on it. That is not something you usually want to be doing, because it can lead to big mistakes like that. Or, well, even worse, an actual crash. See, everybody's afraid to pass me, though, because I'm the police. Now this is a 5-lap race. I don't know if I want to do all the laps on camera. I might just do like the first, maybe a little bit in the middle if anything interesting happens, and then the last, because it seems like I'm basically just kind of leading this thing without too much to worry about. But I figure I should do a whole lap of the track so you can see the track. And so far, I'm doing pretty good, even though I'm taking it nice and safe. Alright, looks like there's a big corner coming up, so we'll start braking way back here. Ooh, is that like something you could super cheat through if I needed to? It looks like it. I'm gonna stay legit right now, but if I needed to, I could cut right through that and save a lot of time. Total, that means slow down. I'm trying to find the landmarks to tell me when to slow down. So that's the easiest way to do a fast lap around a racetrack. You find the landmarks to tell you when to brake, and you use them. So you can get consistent braking points so you can go through the corners as fast as possible. So there's a lap, and you'll be back if anything interesting happens. Like me going way too fast in the first corner. No, actually the brakes really stopped it good. So that corner I was talking about, I'm going to try cutting through it and see if it actually works. So we're going to go, whoa, a little bit in the air. Oh, but that is super fast to go through that corner if I really wanted to. It is so cheap though. I don't want to do that again. I just wanted to see if you could. Like if there's an invisible wall there that took out my car, that would have definitely sucked. But as you can see, I am putting some serious distance between us. This is only the second lap and it's just getting a bigger and bigger gap. So not much interesting is going to probably happen because it's just me doing a lap at a pretty calm rate of speed. You know, I'm really surprised just how good this thing handled. I was thinking it's a big old muscle car. It's not going to handle that well. Even if I throw some big, good, grippy tires on it, it's still probably going to have a pretty bad chassis and suspension setup that's going to suck for handling, but it's been doing great. I think the all-wheel drive is really helping a lot too, because I can really just pull through that corner and it just goes through it without having to worry about any sort of spinning out. It just holds the road no matter how sideways I seem to get. I mean, I've only fallen off the track a couple of times, and even then it hasn't been that big of an issue. It's really a nice car to drive. I think I like this car more than my other car, although it's probably still not as fast in a straight line because those turbochargers, when they're glitched, boy, do they get absolutely crazy. And we are now coming up on the final straightaway, and that is an easy victory for my car, and I'm not going to do the mistake I always do where I crash at the end because I keep accelerating. We are going hard on those brakes to make sure the car is safe. So that was a 9-minute race, and I cut down quite a bit of that for you guys because there was no point in letting you guys see that because there wasn't going to be much interesting happening. So what did we actually win? It's something for a Dragster. Dragster GT Tuning Supercharger. Well, what's the one I got then? It's a 7 PSI Roots type supercharger. So this one's making 1,011 horsepower. How much does it make if I put on the new one? It makes 1,025. Not that big of a difference, but I guess it is technically an improvement. So we'll keep with that new supercharger. And I think that will do it. So until next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.